3. Going for the St. Louis now.
Oh no! Son of a bitch.
You get your 2?
Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thotgor here, of course. Today we're going to take a look at a replay in my Kagero. Yes, this was an excellent game, by the way. You'll see that as we get into it. Now, running the Kagero today for 2 reasons. First reason, getting close to the old Shimakaze, so I really want that thing. Tier 10 Japanese destroyer. And in addition to that, I only need, I think, 3 more victories at this time in destroyers. Then I'll finish the destroyer challenge for the pearls. So that's sort of why I'm running the Kagero today. You can see we are on we're on north, not fault line. This is north, and normal sort of moving around here in the beginning, right? People are jockeying for spots, taking a look to sort of get themselves into position, hopefully to stop any enemies, right? Now, the way we spawned here, it did look like the group, or the group and how we spawned, it would favor for us to take B and C, maybe even D, right? So that's sort of what I'm going with, and I'm looking at the team spread out here as well, and it doesn't look like many people are going to A, whereas the few enemies I do see on the minimap, they are heading to A. So okay, alright. Well, I'm going to move in here, and I'm going to take B. My whole goal and my whole objective in this game is to take and hold B. That's all I want to do. I'm not willing to push around and do too much. Right? I really just want the victory here. So I figure if I can take and hold 1 point, defend it for my team, then that hopefully will lead my team to then at least take 1 other point, right? Giving us hopefully at least parity in points with the enemy, and then we have a chance to kill them off, right? That's the plan here. Now, the plan did go really well, actually, not to say it didn't. It's just my contribution to this I didn't expect was going to be so much. And it was quite a bit. In fact, by the time that this battle is over, we are going to see 161,255 damage done, yes. And that's just the damage that I did. Oh yeah. So we're getting in here to the B point. You can see we've already capped it because I have some friendly destroyers who are here, or rather a friendly destroyer who was here who managed to cap it out. And then of course now I still have that destroyer, and we've got a friendly Thotgor moving in here with us as well. So excellent. So I'm not alone. Do have some backup here. Biggest backup obviously is the cruiser, right? The Thotgor right there. Not only is the Thotgor a great ship, but for me it's going to afford me the ability to stay a little more stealthy and shoot torpedoes off at range, because the enemies are going to see the Thotgor and focus the Thotgor rather than myself. They can't see me right now, right? So I do launch torpedoes off. I only launched the 1 spread because I'm cycling between the 2, and it was risky, I know. I had the Thotgor right there next to me, so it's a little risky there, but I chose to do it anyway because it did look like he was going to continue straight, and in fact, he did up until the point my torpedoes passed him, and completely out of danger now at this time. So okay, alright, that wasn't too bad. So we'll have those torpedoes go out. Now, of course, keep in mind my Kagero is fully upgraded, so I have 20-kilometer torpedoes. The really awesome thing about upgrading your torpedoes on the Kagero to the 20-kilometer torpedoes is that the 20-kilometer torpedoes not only do they do more damage, but they are faster. Yes, really deadly torpedoes here, and I really do enjoy them. So we're lining up my second spread on anything I can see out here. You can see the first spread I shot off didn't really go anywhere, right? It's not going to hit anyone. So I launch off a second spread at an enemy battleship over there. Hopefully he'll run into them. We'll see. We'll see. But again, cycling my torpedoes, right? I've talked about this before. I do it before. Obviously, it's up to you and your own personal preference and the situation as to whether or not you really want to cycle through them. I always find it valuable to cycle through, just because I never have to wait for a full reload on both my tubes, and plus, if I fire both my tubes at the same target and that target happens to turn, well, then those torpedoes are all waste, right? And I have to wait another minute and something for them to reload. By doing it this way, I'm mitigating all of that, and I'm just increasing my chances of getting a torpedo hit. So we're coming out of B here into the little channel here on the west side, and we're going to shoot off torpedoes at another enemy Hopefully those will hit them. We'll see. In the meantime, of course, I'm just going to get myself into position, hopefully to start shooting off torpedoes at the enemy ships that start coming around this island over here once they push beyond A, right? They have A right now. We do have some ships nearby defending, but they're not doing too well right now. So if I can get myself into a position to start lining up torpedoes on these people, I think that'll be great. Go a long way to actually help out the team here as well. Maybe hold these guys off a little longer to secure ourselves, because we do have B. We managed to take B, but we don't have C, and they're fighting it out over D right now, right? Alright, so we saw those torpedoes. I think they were on the way for a Tirpitz over there. So there we go. There's 2 hits on the Tirpitz, and he's on really low health. So if I would have just hit him with one more torpedo, we would have got him. Keep the Tirpitz in mind, though, because he is, in fact, flooding right now. Yes. I shoot off some torpedoes. I think it was at an Izumo, but the Izumo is going down, right? You can see my team is more or less focusing on this guy, so he's going to be dead by the time my torpedoes get there. There we go. He's gone. Alright, no big deal. My torpedoes are still in the water. If there's an enemy ship out there I don't see, maybe I'm going to hit him. Maybe. Important though, keep those torpedoes in mind as well. So we can see more enemies coming around. We caught a brief glimpse of the Tirpitz over there. You can see he's flooding. There he goes. He's gone. My first kill. Fantastic. We took out the Tirpitz. Launching more torpedoes off towards the west. Lining up in the enemy ships that are over there, right? Hopefully I'm going to hit them, do some more damage here, maybe get myself another kill, who knows. Another enemy ship just went down to torpedo, so fantastic, that was a good job. And now we're going to swing back around, we're going to come back into B here, because you'll notice that there is an enemy ship around B. Maybe he's thinking to come in here to B and start capping it, so we'll need to get ourselves into position to prevent that, right? Because again, you know, I do want to actually defend B. That's what I want to do. Now keep in mind the torpedoes I sent off at the Izumo, those are gone, done, right? We can forget about those. But there was still the second spread of torpedoes I sent out there, right? So we're going to keep those torpedoes in mind now. Now taking a look, we can see that the enemy cruiser is kind of getting himself out of this situation. It's not that he's seen me or anything like that. It's just, you know, moving himself in behind cover while he's taking the B point. This is where it gets a little hairy. I thought that it was all over for me, actually. So an enemy Kagero pops up. So I launch off my torpedoes. I got a torpedo hit on the torpedoes that I sent off to the west, right? So we hit something with that. So that's good. Keep that in mind as well. And I launched torpedoes off the Kagero and immediately start engaging the Kagero with guns. Now you do notice that I have the B hull on my Kagero now with the extra set of guns. Yeah, I know. I did like the AA, and the reason why I liked it was I found the ship more maneuverable, right? Well, looking at the stats and looking at everything, it's just a perceived thing. Obviously, I'm just perceiving it, right? So I put the other guns on here. It just makes the ship better for competitive play, right? I've got that extra gun to do that extra bit of damage, so alright, there it is. So I do manage to take out the engines on the enemy Kagero. He is almost dead. I had to get out of the point here while I was maneuvering around, but I managed to come back in. Now, there we go. So that's a double kill. So let's explain that. So I killed the Kagero, so there's one kill. But remember the torpedo I launched off on the west side that hit an enemy? Yes. Well, I hit that enemy. He flooded to death. And that was the second kill. So there is my double kill. Fantastic. We're up to 3 kills now. The enemy Kagero did get his torpedoes off, but no big deal at all. I'm able to easily avoid those. Now the enemy Kagero is gone. We don't need to worry about him or any other destroyer because the enemies don't have any left. Here is an Iowa. So we're going to line up on this Iowa. He's very unsuspecting at this time, right? Looking like he's driving just right in a straight line with the objective of maybe going off into C. So we're going to prevent this, see what we can do about that. So immediately we're going to line up torpedoes and we'll fire one spread off. Fantastic. Again, holding the second spread in reserve. There's an Admiral Hipper. It looks like this Admiral Hipper is going to come around the island, so I immediately put torpedoes into this guy, give him a nice surprise if he decides to continue on a straight line. Keep in mind, my torpedoes are 20 kilometers, yes, so even if he happens to turn and maneuver, my torpedoes are going to still go, and maybe something will happen with that. We'll have to wait and see. So, torpedoes are on the way for the Iowa, right? Those ones are about to hit, so we'll take a look at those. There we go. Oh, that was a great torpedo hit, wasn't it? So the Iowa's gone down, or up to 4 kills now. Fantastic. And basically, I think there's only 2, maybe 3 more enemies left on the east side, so I've got ships over there to deal with them. They're fine. For the rest of the game, I'm just going to focus on the ships over here on the west. So, rather, few enemy ships on the east that my team is dealing with, and I'm going to deal with the ships over here on the west. Now, there's the torpedoes I sent off for the Admiral Hipper. Now, the Admiral Hipper was maneuvering around, right? Didn't actually go where I wanted him to go, but look at this. My torpedoes have such a great range. Oh, it looks close. Oh, yes, that's right. That is right. So I managed to take out the enemy Admiral Hipper. He's gone. My 5th kill. So now I've got myself a Kraken unleashed. Fantastic. Those are great flags to have as well, so that's not too shabby at all. And we're going to start lining up now on another enemy. So it's a rune. You'll notice over here on this side, the enemy only has a rune and a Baltimore remaining. And over on the east, they just have the one North Carolina. So I've got a Fletcher over there to deal with the North Carolina. He's going to deal with them. It's fine. No big deal. I'm going to again focus on the rune in Baltimore. Now the Baltimore looks like he's going over to the west, maybe to try to get himself into the A point and hold up a defense there. Not sure, but I'm not going to chase down the Baltimore. I'm going to set my sights on the rune here. I'm going to try and take out this rune, try and get myself another kill to bring it up to 6 kills, right? Why not? Let's see what we can do. So I'm watching the rune, watching him maneuver around. We fired off one set of torpedoes. He maneuvered around those, so just keep an eye on him here and then launch off my second spread. Hopefully the second spread is actually going to hit him. Just taking a look back at the North Carolina, make sure everything over there is good. At this point in time, we have B, C, and D for caps. The enemy team only has the A point, so we obviously have the advantage here. And the enemies only have 2 ships remaining, right? They only have the Baltimore and the rune remaining. The friendly destroyer managed to take out the North Carolina. Fantastic. In go my torpedoes for the rune. Managed to hit him with 2. Almost took him out, and he repairs it, so he's not flooding. So damn it, I really wanted to get that guy, but whatever. With those 2 torpedo hits, I also managed to pull myself out a Confederate, so that is fantastic. Another nice set of flags here as well. Lining up in the rune, right? I really wanted to get this guy. I have enough health, so I was playing it fairly aggressively here as well. Not too concerned at this point with dying. So we're lining up on the rune right now, just watching to see how he's which direction he's sailing in, to give myself the maximum chance of actually hitting this guy with torpedoes, right? I want to get him gone. In the meantime, the Baltimore manages to take out one of my ally ships, so that kind of sucked, but whatever, doesn't matter. Baltimore is over there on the west side doing his own thing, so we'll just let him be over there. You can see I don't have any ally ships over there really to, well, not anymore, to worry about in terms of the Baltimore taking out, so yeah, just let him be over there, no big deal. We're going to continue with the rune. The rune has spotted me, yes, so I pop my smoke and I'm immediately going to start turning. The rune starts putting shots into me. It's at this point that I'm thinking to myself, well, whoa here, Thotgor. What are you doing? Right, we've got a Kraken, I've got the Confederate, the double strike. Maybe we just want to try and live this battle, right? Maybe we don't need to push the envelope and get the 6th kill. That's sort of what's running through my mind at this point, but I think to myself, well, I really do want that 6th kill. I really do. And you can see the people on my team as well, they were complimenting me on the kills, and I let them know that the video was going to be up on the channel here shortly, because it was a great replay. So there is the rune. He's putting shots into me right away. I tried to get my guns turned around to maybe just fire off a shot into him, but can't do it because he's putting shots into me. The rune has some excellent cannons on her, so really have to be careful there. She took out my engine, able to repair it though, so that's not too bad. Torpedoes are on the way in for the rune from one of my allied destroyers, but those are going to miss. Now I'm lining up my torpedoes here to see what I can do about getting this guy gone. Before I fire off the torpedoes though, well, fire that spread off, but before I fire off the second spread, we take a look at the rune. So the rune is actually grounded himself. There he goes, grounded. So I figure that this is it. This is the chance I'm going to get my 6th kill. Fantastic. I already have 4 torpedoes in the water on the way to the rune. We'll send off another 4 just for good measure, or so I think. So, the rune captain, if you didn't notice, the rune, the camo on the rune is from ranked battles, right? So this person had reached rank 1 in one of the seasons, season 1, 2, or 3, well, at least season 2 or 3, so not sure which one. But this guy's not dumb. right? So here come my torpedoes on the way in. It looks good, right? It looks like there's nothing he's going to be able to do, but look at this maneuvering, and he's in a reverse, by the way. Just manages to splice the torpedoes and miss them. I really wanted to kill that guy. Would have been my 6th kill. Taking shots from the Baltimore now, because the Baltimore realized that there's nothing over there on the west, so he's coming back over here to help out his Rune. I take a few more hits from the Rune here, but I'm backing away at this time, right? I'm really low health. I paid for this. I'm not willing to actually die, and there we go. The match is over. Fantastic. So let's take a look at the results here, because this was a great game. So almost 600,000 credits earned, Confederate, Kraken Unleashed, and a double strike. Got 5 kills. I think it's about 9 torpedo hits. Flooding, base resets, that's all fine and good. 8,500 experience as well, which wasn't too shabby at all. Always good to have, just so I can get closer to the old Shimikaze. And just taking a look here, of course, at some of the challenges. So yeah, that's the 2nd time that I've completed the destruction at sea, so I managed to get 2 million credits out of that. Now I am top of the team overall, obvious. And we can see that the Baltimore and Rune were the 1st and 2nd place on their team. Now, damage numbers. So if we were to add up all these figures, it does come to the 161,255 damage done in this battle. So that is fantastic, and I think that personally this is the most damage I've ever dished out in a battle so far. I'm pretty sure. Before this it was a Minikaze game with about 144,000. So that is not too shabby at all. And of course I walk away with a lot of credits. So fantastic, and well, obviously flags, right? So not too bad of a game at all. Really enjoyed it, and you know what? It just made it so easy for me, right? Is it just incorporating all the whole defensive aspect of playing an IJN destroyer, just keeping that in mind, right? Trying to be seen as little as possible, and that's going to go a long way to help you pull off some great results. So that is today's video. I do thank you very much for sticking around, watching it through. Leave any comments you have for me in the video comment section below. Love reading those comments and responding back to them. Hit the old like button if you did like today's video as well. Hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and as always, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day.